One day, a little girl called Mabel and her brother Dick went into a pine wood to gather for cones for their mother to burn. Their mother gave them some lunch and said, "Mind not to put the papers and bottles on the grass. When you have done with them, dig a hole and put them in it, and leave the wood tidy." "Yes, mother," said little Mabel, and she gave her mother a kiss. Dick walked off. He said that he was too big to be kissed. His dog Tray ran after him. When they got to the pine trees, Mabel began to pick up the cones, but Dick hunted for birds' nests and would not help her. At last, they sat down to lunch, and when it was all gone, Mabel said, "Now, Dick, will you dig a hole to put the papers in, and I will give these crumbs to the birds. Then we will get some more cones for mother." But Dick wanted to play with Tray, so he would not stay with Mabel and dig a hole for the papers and obey his mother. He went a little way off with Tray. When the dog saw that Mabel was left behind, he ran back and lay down beside her. Then a white mist rose up out of the moss, and Dick came back to see where Tray was. The mist took the shape of a young and lovely lady with golden hair. She was dressed in a white robe lined with silver, and she had pink roses in her hair and held a wand with a gold fir cone on the top. "Who are you?" asked Dick, as the lady looked at him. "I am the fairy Be Good," said the lady, "and I change all the little boys who are not good into something else. You did not obey your mother or help your sister, and you broke the bird's eggs. So become a bird until you can be a better boy." She waved her wand once, twice, thrice, and there was no more Dick, but only a sky blue bird, a little like a jay, sitting on a branch of a pine tree. Then Mabel said, "Oh, please, dear Fairy Be Good, do change my brother back again into a boy, or mother will cry." But the fairy said, "You are the only one who can save him. As you are kind and good, you must find the well of truth and dip the sky blue bird into it, and then he will become a boy once more." "Thank you, Fairy Be Good," said Mabel, "and will you be so kind as to tell me how to find the way to the well of truth?" "Nay," said the fairy, "I may not do that. It is your task to find out, and you must not lose the sky blue bird or give him up to anyone. Goodbye to you, little Mabel," and she was gone. Poor Mabel felt like sitting down to cry, but that would not help her. So she went off to find someone to tell her the way to the well. The sky blue bird hopped on in front of her, and Mabel had to walk fast so that she did not lose him. Then a little wren came up to her and said, "Put the sticky white berry on a twig, and get the blue bird to settle on it so that he cannot get away." And Mabel did as the wren told her. Next she met a farmer, and she said to him, "Sir, can you tell me the way to the well of truth?" The farmer said, "Yes, I can, and I will do so, if you will give me that fine bird." "No, sir, I cannot do that," said Mabel. "This bird is my brother, who has been changed into a bird by Fairy Be Good." "Well," said the farmer, "why don't you try to find Fairy Be as Good as you can? She may help you if you ask her to do so. Take this note from me to the White Witch who lives by the Black Pond, and I will ask her to tell you where to find the fairy and the well of truth." Mabel took the note to the witch's hut. "Well," said the witch, "you want to find Fairy Be as Good as you can, do you? Give me that bird for my cat, and I will tell you where she lives." "Oh, no," said poor Mabel. "This bluebird is my brother, and I want the kind fairy to turn him back into a boy again." "I never could see that boys were of much use," said the witch. "They are not tidy, and some of them are unkind to cats. Give him to me, and you shall have this bag of silver for yourself." "But mother would be so sad, and Dick is not at all a bad boy." "Sometimes," said his sister. "Well, will you give me one of your pretty curls to make a collar for my cat?" asked the witch. "Yes, yes, you may have them all, if you like," said Mabel. Then the White Witch took a knife and cut off one of Mabel's long curls. The witch put the curl on the cat's neck and then a change came over herself. She became tall and stately, and Mabel saw a lady, with white hair and a kind face, standing before her. The lady wore a gray robe like a thinness, with a golden haze shining under it. She had a large ruby blazing in her hair, and there was an olive branch in her hand. She smiled at Mabel, and her smile was like sunshine. And when she spoke, it was like the chiming of silver bells. "Good child," she said. "So you will not give your brother up, even for gold or silver. See, here is the well of truth." And she waved the branch over the pond. The black water hissed and rose up in lovely spray of many hues. Mabel held the bird in the spray, and in a moment its feathers fell off, and Dick was beside her. He felt shy, but the fairy said, "Now, my child, you have been a bird yourself, so you must never be unkind to one again. I am old, so I know how hard it is for little boys and girls to be quite good, but always be as good as you can."